Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the best video that you are going to watch today. And if you want to enjoy this video as much as I like making them, grab yourself your favorite beverage. I'm going to have coffee. And let us have a toast together in celebration of another daily upload on the One Meal channel. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so today we are going to be cooking out of an old family cookbook that we had. We're going to be making some slow-simmered chicken rice soup. I've been looking at the instructions and it says you're only supposed to cook with about a cup of rice. I usually eat a cup of rice every day, and so this essentially is one serving for me, which is not good enough. So we're going to triple this recipe. This is not a recipe guide in any way, although I follow a recipe. I would not encourage you to follow along because my methods are not orthodox. As a matter of fact, they are unorthodox. So the instructions were very strange, at least for me, they're very strange. They said turn the crock pot onto high, put in your rice, put in some oil, and cook it on high for 15 minutes with that oil. It's very unusual. So you have never seen me do this before. You've never seen me use canola oil. This will be the first time on the channel that we do use it, but we're going to make an exception today. 1, 2, and that looks like about 3 tablespoons to me. Yeah, if you do not already know, there are tons of videos and articles on the internet telling you just how horrible vegetable oil is, and you should avoid it at all costs. So this is the first time in the year that we are using vegetable oil. Do not be afraid. There will still be a video tomorrow. Perfect. So we'll let that cook for about 15 minutes, or warm up rather. And while it does so, we will cut up our vegetables for the rest of this. So before we get to it, they have thyme and red pepper, which is the only seasoning that they add. I refuse to believe that's everything, because we're sure going to add some garlic salt. Let's see what we have here. Where is my red pepper? Chili powder will do well. And thyme leaves. We have some thyme leaves right here. Some nice big pepper flakes would be nice. Let's double check and see if we have anything like that. You know, some pepper. Can't go wrong with some pepper as well. No, I think we'll be good with the chili powder. I also recommend that you add some chicken broth, and so we have some homemade chicken broth here. It's been sitting in the fridge for over a week now, and typically if it's sitting in the fridge for that long, you don't want to freeze it. So I think we'll use the rest of it during this crock pot meal. Celery. Okay, let's see. We have the big knife. We just cut this here. Get the center removed. Let's take these stalks and wash them. Let that dirt and grime out. Great. Let's hop over here. I've decided that I want these pieces to be a little bit on the chunkier side. Now this recipe really only calls for just rice and chicken, and I just don't think that's enough. That's why we're tripling the recipe. That's why we're adding way more stuff to this than what you would typically find in that. So we don't care. We don't care if there's a lot of goodies in there. What we want is the most calories as possible. Even though this is a soup, we don't really want something soupy, if that makes sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so when I say that, what I mean is that you want more like things that aren't water that you're eating, instead of having it be more water. Does that make sense?
You think you hate soup.
I don't hate soup. You always accuse me of this. If I hated soup, I wouldn't be making it.
Okay, if something was more soupy, would you eat it, or would you have to add more stuff to it?
I would eat it if it was at a restaurant, but I wouldn't make it myself. But also, I wouldn't say anything nice about it if it was at a restaurant. Does that make sense?
Who are you talking to?
All right, anyway. Potatoes. I'm glad I have a roommate that keeps me honest. I don't know what I would do without them. Probably make unsoupy soup without being challenged. Yeah, this is going to be a tight squeeze. I don't know any time that I've made a crockpot meal when I haven't used the entire crockpot. So we shall do that again today. The favorite thing I've made in that crockpot so far has been the chicken and dumplings. If you want to see a video of that, you can look back at some of the previous things we've recorded on this channel. But for the sake of, I mean, let's be honest, most crockpot meals are just a combination of the same, vegetables and different meat items. For the sake of trying different things, we're doing something different today. This came about, for the most part, because when I was at the store getting more chicken, and this doesn't look good. Let's see if we can fix this. When I was at the store, I saw that eggs were $1 an egg. It's like $12 or $13 a dozen. Ridiculous. I've never seen that before. So America is in a massive, see, all clean now. America is in a massive egg shortage situation right now. And I think I'll just wait for that shortage to subside before I get more eggs. But that sucks. I usually eat 4 eggs a day. That is an expensive eating habit. Should I choose to continue it? So how do I want to do this? I have like no level of consistency how I'm cutting these onions. That's why cooking with me is fun, because we do things a little bit different every single time. There we go. So these onions should break apart while they cook down over the next 8 hours. But if not, and they stay in these big chunks, I am completely cool with that too. All right. So we have a couple of things to keep in mind now. Oh shoot, the carrots and the chicken that we need to get to. This is tough. Our broth, we'll be able to fit everything in there, no problem. And then we're going to get to the broth. Since the broth is more of a thick substance than it is a liquid at the moment, we're going to have an issue with it taking up space. Aw, our poor carrot. Not that that floor is dirty at all. It's probably cleaner than most things out there. Okay, like I said, we want some bigger pieces. We want some chunky soup. This is going to get cut down the middle. Okay, a little awkward. Perfect. Okay, and what's left is the chicken. And my original plan was to break down this entire rotisserie chicken and put it in here, which we have the space to do. I just have no idea how we're going to get that chicken broth to fit. So let's see. Let's see here. I'll take this over on the side. We're just going to fill this up with the bones because we can make more chicken broth with the bones. Be careful not to... You know, and these little pieces of cartilage, you can keep that in there since it's going to be simmering down for as long as it is. You're not even going to tell that that's cartilage. You're not even going to notice it. This part on the base, like of the knuckle, we probably want to get rid of. So let's see what we have here. Bone. Another bone here. We're not going to worry too much about getting all of the meat off of this, because the more meat that you leave, the fattier the stock that you make with it will be. But these legs are tiny. I really would like larger chicken legs here. I like leg meat. Let's see what we got. Alright, don't be afraid of the skin. Say it every time. Chicken skin is good. Let's pull the breast meat off. That wishbone likes to save some meat back here. So like I said, don't be picky about getting as much meat off as you can, but there are a couple of simple methods that you can use. Perfect. The rest of that carcass over there. Here's our meat over here. It's gonna have to warm up quite a bit for me to actually wash my hands. There we go. Perfect, 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 perfect. Is there a bone in there? Nope. Just a little paranoid. And again, that's the bonus of having homemade cooked meals, is that you're going to have some bones sometimes. So just stay vigilant and just recognize that when you get a bone, it's because you were the one that made it. Imperfections are welcome. So, on to the most challenging part, or at least the second most challenging part of this meal. So we're going to get all of this chicken here in the top of the crock pot. Uh-huh. And, interesting. How are we going to get any of that chicken stock in there? If it was just water. It wouldn't be a big deal. I might have outdone myself on this one. But if I need to remove some of that down the road, it's not a big deal. Regardless of the homemade chicken stock I have, it's not enough. So we will need some boxed chicken stock anyway. We'll start with this. I'll let this reduce down, and I'll add the homemade chicken stock later. Yeah. All of this will need to get mixed. The onions will soften up. Even the chicken will soften up. And we'll be able to add the rest of this. However, I will add our seasonings ahead of time. So, just a quick little layer of pepper. That'll flavor the chicken and soak in with the rest of the meal as we stir it up down the road. Two passes of salt sounds good. A pass of chili powder. And how many things can we drop on the floor? A pass of thyme. All right, well that is more or less the entire meal. The only things that we're going to do from here is add some more chicken stock as this gets a chance to cook down. I'm going to add this to low. We're going to run this for I'll put it on medium so that we can run it for about 6 hours and eat before it gets too late. Although this is a really large quantity, you can make a smaller quantity for yourself. And if I really need to, I'll remove some of this so that I can have some more stock and mix everything around with more ease. So with that, I appreciate all of you watching. We have videos that come out at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time every single day. We have cooked all sorts of meals, but usually I eat the same meal a day using the same ingredients. And so if you like this type of content, consider following us on Instagram or Facebook, or liking the video down below. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.